so eloquently, they're often called Walmart associates, but they're just workers. They're workers who want to better their lives for themselves and for their families, and they've come together, empowered themselves through the Our Walmart campaign, and now they're standing up. They're finally standing up, and I think that's incredibly brave. So, it's my pleasure. As I'm being reminded, if the Walton family even catches you talking to union reps, you're often fired. So it's amazing that we're able to get folks here today who are doing just that. They're standing up for themselves, for their fellow co-workers, and they're taking on the world's largest, richest corporation that also happens to sign their paycheck, all right? So we're going to give a huge round of applause for one of Our Walmart campaign workers, Venanzi Lena, who works at the Pico Rivera store up in LA.
Mic check.
Mic check. No.
Mic check. That's okay. Take a breather. Good cough, though.
Check the mic.
Okay. Sorry.
Mic phone works.
Mic works now. The mic. Hello? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, we do have the right to have in our organization with Walmart. Walmart doesn't have the right to shut us down. We have a voice in our store. Some of us are afraid to speak up. I was taught by my dad, who is a teacher. There's a saying in Spanish, no tengo pelos en la lengua, and I don't. I say it like it is, and sometimes it does get me in trouble, but you know, that's my challenge. That's a good trouble. I like getting in good trouble.
You're big trouble for Walmart. You're big trouble for Walmart.
Yeah.
You're big trouble for Walmart.
Walmart's not going to change, but eventually it is. And we're never going to stop fighting for what we believe in. So, se dice, like Cesar Chavez said, si se puede, si se puede. Thank you.
Particularly in Los Angeles, where they're trying to ram a Walmart into Chinatown in a historic area, just like they're trying to do here. So this is a regional fight. The same issues we're facing right here in San Diego and in Sherman Heights and Logan Heights, they're facing in Los Angeles and Orange County. So that's with great pleasure that I bring up my colleagues, my colleagues from Orange County and Los Angeles, the head of the LA Fed and the head of the Orange County Fed, Teferi Gebre and Lena Durazo.
Good morning, San Diego. Good morning. Good morning. They need to hear you at the new store. Good morning. Do you know whose birthday it is today? No. Walmart turns 50 today. 50 years ago today, they opened their first store in Arkansas. Wow. And the guy who opened the store, Mr. Walton, he would be turning on his graves if he knows what his company has turned it into.
Yes, he would. He was American made.
If you remember, if you read, Walmart used to be the symbol of Made in America.
Yep.
Walmart today is anything but Made in America.
Yep.
You can't find anything that's made by slave labor in Walmart. You wouldn't find anything that's made in this country from Walmart anymore.
Right.
So we say this, 15 years of operation is enough. 15 years is enough. You have had your run. Now sit down and talk to us. Start respecting your workers. Other than that, like Lena said, I'm letting down the store. We're working up. We're going to come after you, and we're going to demand our rights. And let's go, March. Thank you.
Good morning, sisters and brothers. My name is Maria Lena, and I bring you greetings from your brothers and sisters in Los Angeles. You might remember just last spring that it hit the press, it hit the world press, that Walmart, the allegations of Walmart paying tens of millions of dollars to grow the number of stores in Mexico. Yeah. Shame on Walmart, huh? Shame on Walmart. It just goes to show you how far Walmart will go to grow. Right. Wow. How far Walmart will go to put a store in every neighborhood, in every country. They don't care how they do it. They do it with bribes. They do it with corruption. And you know what we say? No to Walmart. You know what? No to their political contributions. No to their bribery. But even more so, no to the poverty. Because that's what Walmart sells. Walmart sells poverty. Not just jeans and a few other products. They sell poverty. And that's why in Los Angeles, we've mounted the fight, continued the fight. We have stopped them in many places, but they continue. The day before there was going to be a vote at LA City Council to put a moratorium on stores like Walmart in Chinatown, they got through, slipped through, and got their permits at City Hall. Again, that's how far they will go. But we know that the community is opposed to Walmart. Small businesses are opposed to Walmart. Working people are opposed to Walmart. And now the courageous workers of the warehouses and of the stores are also standing up to Walmart. And I just want to end by saying we were so proud to receive the Walmart warehouse workers went out on strike. Imagine, sisters and brothers, you all represent. Wait a minute. You all know how difficult it is to go out on strike, right? You all know the sacrifice it takes to go out on strike, right? Right. And that's with union protection. Now imagine this. Going out on strike where you have no protections whatsoever. So the Walmart warehouse workers are our heroes. And I'm sure they'll tell their story much better than me. But to also not only walk out of those warehouses, but to keep walking 50 miles all the way to downtown LA goes to show their courage, their tenacity, and they will also stop at nothing to make sure that Walmart makes a change for workers in our communities. Thank you all very much.
So, Marilena brought up what happened in Mexico. Does everybody know what happened in Mexico? Walmart got caught illegally bribing officials to speed up the permit process. Now the amazing thing is what happened in Mexico illegally might be legal in the United States, right? And the day after that news broke, when we were dealing with trying to figure out how the Sherman Heights store got their permits so quickly, we had an assembly member stand up and say, I'm going to ask the city to check their own permit process because it seems a little odd that this went through so quietly and so quickly at the same time as Walmart was giving donation to the mayor's pension initiative the same day. It just seemed a little bit of odd, right? The city ignored his request, but he has never stopped when it comes to working people. He has never stopped when it comes to protecting his neighborhood. So he took that request to the state audit committee, and now an independent auditor is auditing the city of San Diego's permit process. Ladies and gentlemen, our assembly member right here, soon to be our next state senator, Ben Hueso.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Pan American Airlines.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for being here today, everybody. It's really a pleasure to see people wake up in the morning and get up with some initiative to take on a very important issue. The issue in our communities is the middle class is disappearing. The American dream is disappearing. And we have to fight. We have to fight to bring it back. We have to fight to keep our middle class vibrant. And I want to join you in that effort.
Thank you.
We often talk about how Walmart provides savings, but we never talk about the expenses to our community. Rarely is there an article published. Rarely do we talk about the impacts to our community. How many of you have ever heard that for every 2 jobs they create, they eliminate 2.8 jobs in our community? How many of you heard that? How many of you heard that the average worker at Walmart makes $8.80? $8.80. Do they ever talk about that?
No.
I mean, that's an outrage that needs to be shared with people in the community, to tell them that we cannot afford that. If you're going to become rich, but not at our expense. Do we ever talk about the jobs that they eliminate? Do we ever talk about the cost to affordable housing and to health care? Because they don't provide health care to their workers. They don't pay their workers a living wage so that the families could put food on the table for their kids without government subsidies. We often hear about helping teachers, paying them more. I support that. Helping the teachers because it's so important to the instruction of our kids that we put a qualified instructor in front of them. But the other half of the equation of a child's education is the parents. What about supporting our parents? Making sure that our parents have a living wage as well, so they can afford to provide those children with what they need to get ahead in the world. You can't raise a family on $8.80. You cannot put a quality roof on over the head of a child on $80.80.
Right.
You cannot provide health care for a child at $8.80.
Yeah, don't add up.
When I heard about the bribery instance in Mexico, I was traveling
Fuera Peña!
in Mexico, and one of the officials told me, you know what, that whole thing about bribery in Walmart, it's not true. I said, it's not true? You mean they didn't bribe officials? Oh, they said they did bribe officials, but it's required in Mexico. You can't get, you can't get a permit in Mexico. That's what they said. Wow. I said, well, okay. I told him, how much with bribery does it take to get a permit in Mexico? Oh, he says, it really speeds it up. You can get a permit in 3 years. And I'm looking at a project down the street that got a permit in 6 months. And
And there's some questions about exchange of money that we need to ask. There's questions about whether the community was properly informed that we need to ask. There are questions about the environmental impacts to its community that we need to ask. Oftentimes, in lower income communities, people in high places tend to forget about environmental impacts. They tend to forget about health quality. They tend to forget about job quality. They tend to forget about historical significance of structures. They tend to forget about a community's culture and heritage. They tend to forget about our families. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to inform people in San Diego that this is not just about unions. This isn't just about our quality of life. This isn't just about growing the middle class. This is about a country's values and morals and our sense of decency on what we demand from our businesses in our community, that they join us and be part of our community, not to come in and exploit our community. So please, in your efforts, try to educate people about what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a company that doesn't play by the rules, that doesn't play by the intent of the law, that is the richest company in the world that has been avoiding unionization, even when the employees want to unionize. They're union busters. They're publicly exposed union busters. We need to let people in the community know about their tactics. So I appreciate you being here tonight and supporting this cause.
Thank you, Ben Hueso!
All right, so I know it's hot, and I know people are getting tired, and we're getting ready to walk, but we have one more speaker. I want to thank Ben for bringing up teachers, because we have teachers here today because they know the importance that
Thank you,
teachers
teachers!
here today because they know the importance. Many of them live of having jobs that are good jobs. And I saw our longshoremen who often work just down the street, who know and live in this community as well, that we need good wages and good protection and local hire, all the things that the community asks that Walmart come to the table for. And we also have grocery workers here today, right? Because our grocery workers know that they have pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, that they have a good middle class career, and that Walmart threatens that every time they try to undercut those wages and benefits by creating poverty jobs in what should be a good middle class career, correct?
Yes!
All right, it's my pleasure to bring up the last speaker before we start our walk, the head of the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 135, also my president of our Labor Council, Mickey Kasparian.
Good morning once again. Good morning. Can you hear me back there?
Yes.
Raise your hand. Can you hear? First of all, a huge shout out to the UFCW locals who are here today from around our state. Local 770 in Los Angeles. Local 1167, San Bernardino, Riverside. Local 324, Orange County. And UFCW International from Washington, D.C. I also think that we need to once again give a huge round of applause. You know, we complain a lot about elected officials not standing up for workers, but we have two men, Ben Hueso and Juan Vargas, who day in and day out support workers with a great voting record. One more round of applause for these two great You know, we talk a lot today about Walmart, about the giant they are, the retailer. But you know, we should really be talking about what this is all about. It's about the community. It's about workers. It's about respect. You can take a look at a lot of these light green shirts that are here. These are Walmart workers. Walmart workers. They deserve a huge round of applause for being here. And every day they go to work, they want simple things. They want to earn a decent wage with affordable health care.
Yes!
But every day they go to work, Walmart tries to take away their hours, take away their benefits, take away their vacations, and take away their holidays. But they can't take away their heart, they can't take away their soul, they can't take away their dignity, and they cannot take away their respect.
Thank you, Mickey!
Brothers and sisters, when you march to the Sherman Heights area, you will see a building that was a historic site. This community tried to embrace Walmart. They did. They asked for a couple of things: local hire, livable wage, affordable health care, and not to destroy that historic building that has been there for over 80 years. And how did Walmart respond? By refusing to address any issues other than taking a wrecking ball to that historic site and destroying it. That is disrespect that we will not stand for. So the message here today, brothers and sisters, is this. There are 47 other states in which Walmart workers are banding together. And until they treat communities and workers with respect, we will never, ever go away.
Thank you, Mickey! Thank you, Mickey!
That, by the way, that is not my brother, okay? So we are going to begin our march to the Sherman Heights area. Please let the Walmart workers, they are going to follow our march. Please get behind them. We're going to meet in the far end of the park. And let's rock this city. Let's kick some ass, okay?